You ever realize we live in a world that's full of shit? That nobody cares about anything but their own personal endeavors, their own personal goals, my own personal achievements, until things actually change course. And what do I mean by change course? When things change course and they kind of hit home for you what somebody else is experiencing, then what somebody else is experiencing seems to resonate more profoundly. I don't know if it's just me over paying attention to things or am I just aware of things that I need to be aware of because I take time to be aware of them. The world, such a beautiful place on the macro level, all the way down to the physical level that we're on. But it's full of shit. It's full of lies. It's full of deceit. It's full of people telling you exactly what they want you to hear to get exactly what they want to get out of you. It's like this whole mind fuck thing. It's like people know exactly what to say, how to say it, when to say it, to display it. They get exactly what they want out of you. Here's an example. You go outside, someone asks you an honest question. Hey, how's your day? How you doing? You tend to say, everything's just fine, right? We have been putting our suffering, emotional instabilities to the back burner for so long that the things that actually bother us in life, we don't even acknowledge them. We just accept them as the norm. Everything's going to be okay, right? And without realizing that the more we do that, the more we cultivate a culture of people who are not honest with themselves or with others. But we have such a high demand for people being honest. We have such a high demand for people being real. But the culture in which we've created is actually built upon a lie. It's built on falsification. It's built upon perception. Who can perceive to do something or be something that they're actually not? Who can do it better? Who can be the best marketing geniuses on the planet to make something appear that it is doing something that is actually not? That's the greatest scam and greatest scheme of all time. Marketing 101, right? We have become master liars as the human race. We have become master deceivers as a human race. I know people don't want to hear that because it's not popular. It's not a conversation that most people want to tell you that they're full of shit. Most people don't want to tell you that they're full of lies. Most people don't want to tell you that they're full of deception. But the reality is they are. And when you confront them on that or you tell them on it, they say, no, that's not me. I'm totally different. I'm honest. Blah, blah. Okay. When you look in the mirror, if you're not really looking into the soul, so to speak, the inner being of who you are, what you have become, and you're not working on change in the delusional, or the delulu as they say, because we all live in a delulu state, okay? Because the world has marketed to us delusion is normality and falsification is, what do they call it? Not reciprocation. It's like these ideas of lies create happiness when in fact they create more suffering. And we've become okay with that, okay? The little white lie. Remember they said, don't tell the lie, just tell the little white lie. The little white lie is supposed to be okay. Let's pass it over. It'll be okay. It's not as harmful, all of these things, but it is just as detrimental as just saying a lie. We raise our kids on lies. We teach them the same thing that was taught to us, that we know are lies. But Yeah, and still we do it over and over again. And it's like, okay, well, I can't change the program. I'm not going to fight the program. I'm just going to accept the program, even though I'm free from the program. I'm going to still embed the program. How does that work? How do we even begin to have the conversation on how to move forward outside of that paradigm of thinking, right? It's people like me that come along and say, hey, hold up. Those type of things did not create a beautiful culture of people loving each other. It created a culture of people being deceitful, ugly towards one another, robbing, stealing, killing, all of those things towards one another because people have actually lied just to get the benefit of the lie in all type of ways across the planet. That's just how it goes according to what we have created. We don't seem to want to stimulate the mind to transition out of those changes. And if we do, it's like a microsecond of thought, and then we're right back into the program, right back into the loop of things, right back to doing things the way we so-called say it is what it is. We cannot change it. It is what it is. I'm not even going to fight it because that's what it is. No one's going to listen to what the truth is because the lie is so prevalent and it's so comfortable that guess what? As soon as you start making people aware of the truth from all facets and challenging all things, then people say, you're crazy. There's something wrong with you. How can you be the eyeball? Or what makes you smarter than everyone else? Because evidently, someone that takes their time to escape the paradigm in which you feel is normal that you've accepted to continue to live according to, of course, they're going to come off kind of rational, a little more pronounced, a little more, how to speak, how can I say what I'm saying? A little more narcissistic, as they say, self-endowed, ego-driven, you know? And it's just passion. It's just the ability to want to wake you up out of the things that they once were asleep to as well. The ideologies of the world, the perceptions of the world, the concepts of the world are the biggest illusions. And it allows us to continue to falsify the same information to ourselves, to our children, family, and friends, and we spread this for generations and generations and generations, okay? That's why you see no change happening. That's why you see people trying to want to create change, but it doesn't create change because the loop is the same. It's like pressing rewind and play at the same time. You know, you press rewind on a video, you press play, it goes back to that point, boom, and it resets. It's like that. We live in that same loop. You know, rewind, replay. Rewind, replay. Fast forward, if I want to get out of a circumstance, situation, I don't want anything, I don't want to deal with it, so I'm going to fast forward the scene. But the scene is what it is. It will be that same scene tomorrow. When you wake up tomorrow, it'll be the same exact thing. The same exact thing. You wake up, alarm clocks ring. Up, time to get up. What am I going to do now? Make my coffee? Pop me some toast in the toaster. Let me get some butter and spread it the same way. As a matter of fact, I got a favorite butter knife I like to use. I don't even want to use the 5 other butter knives I got in there. I like the one with the bend and the curve in it because I use the same one. Oh, you know what? I'm going to jump in my car. I'm going to listen to the same tune, if not a new tune that I've programmed myself to like and think. I'm going to head in the same direction that I normally go to work. And guess what? I'm not going to think anything about it. I'm not going to think anything about it. I'm just going to keep on going and flowing, you know, to the same old tune. And then when I come home, I want realism. Because my innate nature has told me I have been living falsified for so long that my innate nature is bubbling, saying something's not right, something's not right. I need to respond differently. But guess what? Everybody else is doing the same exact thing that I'm doing, and it's normal, so it must be okay. Yeah. It must be okay, and that's the way. You know, but the reality is real thinkers become knowers. They don't think anymore because they know. I know why I'm suffering because I keep doing the same exact thing. And until I change that way of doing things, then I will continue to suffer the same results. But, you know, I'm okay with suffering because I've built a hell of an armor to suffering and ignoring the facts that we're all fucked up human beings following a program that is deeply embedded in the human psyche. But there's always this inner being that wants to come out and wants to break free, and every time it gets to the surface, you know what? Everybody else comes back out and say, hey, yeah, no, what you're doing that wrong. No, you got everybody else is doing this, and what makes you unique to come up with this idea to do things differently? No. That's not how we do things. We do things like this here, in the program. In the program, we do things like this here. We just follow each other and we get mad at each other because each other is causing the chaos and confusion that we all like, but we don't like. And, that's just the way how it goes here. It just goes that way. Why do you want to change that? Why do you want to change that? What makes you special? What makes you unique? That's just the way it goes. You either get with the program, or the program will, what they say, get down or lay down. Oh, we're gonna run you over. We're gonna run you over. We're gonna tell you this is exactly what it is. You're gonna wake up every day. You're gonna go the same route. You're gonna punch the clock the same way. You're gonna respond the same way. Matter of fact, we got these call prompts. When people call in, you say it exactly like this because this is the way it should be said, and this is the way you should live in life. What's this month? Oh, New Year's. What's the day? January the 1st. And what are we going to be doing? Oh, we're going to be setting New Year's resolutions this year again. What are we going to do? We're going to try to remember what we tried to do last year that we failed on, and we're going to try to get a new start to do it this time of year. New Year's resolution. Yep. Same old program. What was before New Year's? Christmas. Everybody got gifts. Everybody went broke. They saved all their money throughout the year or didn't even have the money to spend to get somebody a present. And if they don't get a present, they feel super obligated or they feel guilty if they don't participate in the program. It's such a freedom not to want to participate in the program. I don't care about the program. The program is what's allowing you to suffer. And I am stepping outside of the box and have stepped outside of the box of the program. And I want you to understand how good it feels to be on the outside. I don't have to worry about running and gunning when Deck the Halls is coming up and reindeers are flying in the sky and I got to hurry up and rush to the store and wrap these gifts and do all of this before the kids wake up, and I have to tell them a lie that it wasn't me that got the gift, it was somebody else. Woo. Talk about a sickness. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Talk about a mental illness on this planet. People are so mentally ill by their lies and deceit that they have lied to themselves so long. That lying is normal, right? Lying is very, very normal. But their nature, their innate nature says, when they hear a lie, you lied to me. You shouldn't have told me that lie. You should have just been honest with me. You should have just been honest with me. How can I be honest with you when you want me to lie to you? You want me to lie to you. It makes you feel good. It validates you. Makes you feel special. When someone lies to you, when they tell you the truth, it ruffles your feathers. It makes you feel uncomfortable. You want them out of your space. You want them out of your face. Ooh, the world. It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to process. So many corridors inside of it. How are you going to escape them? And when you do escape them, can you deal with the reality of escaping them? Could you be alone and free? Could you be to yourself without the company of the others? The others, You know the others. The others. I don't know, it's just my take on it. Just my thoughts. Take them or leave them. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. La 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 la. I'm gonna do the same thing I've been doing, and I ain't gonna change it, 'cause I love it. Just the way it is. This just the way it is. This just the way it is. This just the way it is. That's that song that play in your head every day. You ain't gonna change it. Because you love it.